The Tennessee River is a 652-mile-long river that runs through Tennessee and Alabama. It's the dividing lines in this Tennessee River Derby matchup between Huntsville City and Chattanooga FC. Welcome inside Joe Davis Stadium alongside our broadcast team. I'm Jake Griffith. Glad to have you alongside us. Huntsville City, they come into this fixture on the back of back-to-back defeats, and they're just trying to right the ship. 11 goals conceded. Their manager, Chris O'Neill, saying the biggest focus this week, stop conceding easy goals. They've been disappointed with their effort these last 2 weeks. They get a Chattanooga FC side who are coming off a loss against Chicago Fire 2, who are just trying to put some things together at the start of the season as we take a look at the starting 11. First for Huntsville City and Chris O'Neill going with a 4-3-3. 4 personnel changes across this starting 11, and with that in mind, defense comes into play. Zach Barrett will wear the captain's armband. Barrett returning back to the fold, 25 appearances a season ago, 24 starts for the former Vermont Catamount. He's such an important piece anchoring that back line next to his center back partner in Leo Cristiano, who comes over from Sporting Kansas City in the offseason. It's all about locking down the defensive side today for Huntsville City. As for Chattanooga FC and their interim manager, Richard Dixon, they go with a 4-2-4. At times, it's going to look like a 4-4-2 in and out of possession. They make 2 personnel changes, but the man to keep an eye on is Damian Barker-John, number 9. Barker-John, the former Real Monarchs man. He spent some time with Huntsville City last year. Barker-John, the way he can push into the attack over on that right flank, it can really be a dynamic piece for this Chattanooga FC side, who are looking to put some more goals on the board. A -2 goal difference right now for Richard Dixon and this young Chattanooga FC side. These are 2 teams that are all too familiar with one another. Chattanooga all-time since joining the fold of MLS Next Pro, 4 wins and a draw. Huntsville's picked up 2 victories, including in the most recent MLS Next Pro playoffs, in which they ended Chattanooga's season. That on the minds of the visitors from Tennessee, looking for a little measure of revenge early in the season, perhaps. Get that, they'll have to take down Huntsville, who've been good at home in this venue, Joe Davis Stadium. Braden Frey is the center referee. He sounds the whistle, and Huntsville will promptly thump this out of play and push numbers forward to get that defense set. Such a common tactic we see utilized. Chattanooga in the light blue, Huntsville in the navy as this is headed down. And now in the vicinity of Maximus Eck. Eck already 2 goal contributions on the season. Tucked back inside, looking for Van de Winter now on the end line. A good burst of energy for Huntsville City right out of the opening gates, and it will net them a corner less than a minute into this contest as Charles Brunet, the Canadian 80th overall pick in the most recent Super Draft, making his 3rd start in as many appearances, will do the honors from the far corner flag. Swung in, out swinger from Brunet. Pariano trying to head it along, the former Philadelphia Union captain. Chattanooga FC coming off the loss against Chicago Fire. Ended up conceding the match winner in the 61st minute, and now here they are, pushing forward, looking for a whistle. As the man goes down inside the penalty area, they won't get it. The protests continues. Anthony Garcia, the Californian, was dragged down. Richard Dixon, interim manager of Chattanooga FC, he called that loss against Chicago Fire. He said it was such a tough result for us. Did like the way they fought back after going down early, and here they are early on the attack again. It's Alex Creel. Has that knocked away from him, and out it goes for a Chattanooga FC throw-in. This one flashed the back post, goes deflecting off the crossbar and out. And Will Mackey will have a goal kick. Mackey, coming over in the offseason from the Real Salt Lake organization, was the RSL U18 Academy keeper, played 12 matches a season ago with the Real Monarchs. Since joining Huntsville, 9 saves, 5 goals allowed. There's Yves Chayep who gave it up, and now they'll fling this one forward in an offside position. Is the aforementioned Damian Barker-John. Second start, third appearance of the season for Barker-John, the former Louisville Cardinal of the collegiate ranks, and Pariano will steer this over to Will Mackey. It's a full lineup today for Huntsville City. That in spite of Nashville SC at the MLS level being in action currently against Orlando City. It's currently a 5-0 lead for the MLS affiliate of this Huntsville City club, as the offside flag will come up, and Eldin Jakupovic will retrieve that one. Jakupovic, 3 appearances prior to this contest. Last season, 124 saves for the native of Bosnia and Herzegovina. He's come into this Chattanooga organization, and he has been a steady face at the back. Real veteran presence for Chattanooga. Former Hull City, Leicester City keeper. Spent some time with Leyton Orient on a loan as well. Now here's Barker-John on the right. Barker-John crashing in. Out comes Mackey, still free on the end line. Cut back inside. Ultimately, Huntsville able to come away unscathed. It's back-to-back losses for Huntsville City that they enter this contest on the heels of, most recently, the 4-1 loss against Atlanta United. And Chris O'Neill, he said it's just not been good enough these last 2 matches. Feels like the amount of goals they have conceded, he said it's not a source of pride internally, and the guys, they've taken it so personally. One of the most disheartening things in O'Neill's mind is they look at the data, and Chris O'Neill, having talked to him several times over the last few years, he is a data-driven, analytics-driven coach. He loves to get into the nitty-gritty of the numbers, and he said they looked at the data. The data shows they've given up the fewest passes against in the entire league, and that might sound like a positive stat to some, as that long ball goes a little too long into the stands. But in O'Neill's opinion, he said that just means that teams actually don't need a lot of passes to break us down. And defense was something that Huntsville prided itself on a season ago. One of the fewest goals against in MLS Next Pro last year, en route to a playoff appearance where they advanced out of the first round via upending Chattanooga FC and ending their season. A big focus today for Huntsville is how they start with the ball in the attacking half. Wants to see a lot cleaner of a game, O'Neal does. Doesn't want to see as many turnovers as Jakupovic's distribution was hooking out of play. They do get the benefit of returning home, a venue in which they have been very strong. 39 of their 58 goals scored last year came in this building. 11 goals scored in their final 4 home matches, in which they won 3 out of those final 4. And O'Neal, excites him about getting a chance to play in front of the home environment. You've heard from the open of our broadcast, that group of fans there waving flags and banging drums behind the home goal. They create almost a 12th man advantage here for Huntsville City. It's a good switching ball out wide. That is excellent, in fact. Laid off to Brunet. 8 goal contributions collegiately for number 6 in Navy, Charles Brunet, during his time at SMU. Solid defending there from Damian Barker-John. He's such a versatile player, Barker-John is. You talk to, whether it was Chris O'Neal last year, Richard Dixon this year, even those in the Monarchs organization and RSL organization, as they'll give this back to Jakupovic for the bailout clearance. They'll all tell you the same thing. Barker-John, he's a really hard-working guy. Even go back to his college coaches as well. They all echo those same sentiments. He's great vision, a willing runner and willing to work wherever he can on the pitch. It's the type of guys that organizations love to have. You want to have them in your locker room. Barrett will roll this one ahead. Good leave off to Pariano. Nice combination here. Finding Malachi Molina. Molina shakes free of one. Now peels it back. Still Molina has support to his left. It's Pariano, dodges one, tries to cross, and it's blocked out for a corner. Huntsville have had no shortage of set-piece opportunities in 2026. 20 corners coming into tonight. This a very promising build-up, and Pariano showing off his on-the-ball skills. Now Brunet will stand over. It has Shaq Muhammad, the newcomer to this club. Spent time at Orlando City B last season. 11 goals. Brunet swings this into a crowd. First contact made by Chattanooga. Belize the header down. It falls to Muhammad. Won't make its way toward the target. And Jakupovic having a few words with the defense in front of him. This defense, one that has given up 8 goals already. They have their hands full this evening. They have attacking threats like Maximus Eck, who's back at full fitness. Shaq Muhammad there, 23. On the left side of the screen, Jordan Knight, who has been on the bench, appeared in MLS and CONCACAF Champions Cup fixtures already in 2026 for Nashville SC. Meanwhile, Anthony Garcia, the former Austin FC forward, went down. Chattanooga trying to combine. They were looking for Alex McGrath on the flank. McGrath, speaking up back to full fitness, 33 in light blue. He's a player that Richard Dixon talked at length about earlier this week. Said he's a big player, obviously, real leader on and off the field, and they cannot quantify just how important he is to this organization and how big it is to have him back. It's an impressive recovery considering he only appeared in a handful of matches last season, 2 to be exact. Played just 262 minutes before suffering the season-ending injury against Atlanta United 2. Richard Dixon, he was blown away by the work that McGrath put in to get back on the pitch. 33 there in the center of your screen. The organization felt like he was very diligent in taking care of his body during that recovery period. It's those kind of characteristics, that diligence that bleeds over to his on-field work. Long ball over the top, it's Eck in behind. Eck trying to chip to keeper, and he misses wide. Chris O'Neill said at the start of the season, it's a big, proving year for Maximus Eck now that he's back at full health. And you see why they're so excited about the prospects of having a fully healthy Maximus Eck. His ability to just race in behind. O'Neill lauded Eck's hard work in the preseason and the offseason. That ball through, intercepted by Molina. And now here comes Huntsville City. They've been the better team so far to start this contest, a bit more purposeful in their possession. The biggest thing that's unlocked their offense so far is they've been able to use switching passes, but also little combinations like that, as Brunet will give it up. Knight tucks it inside to Muhammad. Pariano. Now Van de Winter gives it back to Pariano. Pariano coming over from the Philadelphia Union organization in the offseason. He said that the model here, his familiarity with it facing Huntsville during his time with Philadelphia Union too, he was really blown away by it. Says they do a really good job of attracting good talent here in the Nashville organization. It's a remade Nashville organization under the direction of first team manager B.J. Callahan, former U.S. men's national team assistant and interim manager. Over the course of the last few seasons, Chris O'Neill has talked about the idea of a Nashville 2.0. Good layoff here from Eck. Now Muhammad. Knight surveys, finds Van de Winter. Leo Cristiano now, 14 appearances for SKC2 in the 2025 season. This portion of the match is brought to you by Renaissance, understanding you, member FDIC. Swung forward by Pariano, racing in behind is Muhammad now. Here's Muhammad shifting, Muhammad trying to tuck it through, and he does! Three goals in as many matches for Shaq Muhammad, and Huntsville have liftoff 1-0. One of the most dangerous scorers in MLS Next Pro, proving it once again. The speed on the flank, the vision here, and that is just a seeing eye finish from Shaq Muhammad. Chris O'Neill thought last year that in their attacking profile, this Huntsville team struggled a bit in chance creation and being more ruthless. So they bring Muhammad in the offseason, and he has paid immediate dividends. Had a brace in the opener against Orlando City B, and now his third goal of the season. O'Neill, he says Shaq Muhammad is so creative, described him as a player that has a nose for goal, and in O'Neill's opinion, if Huntsville can make him too valuable to keep at MLS Next Pro, his coaching staff for HCFC will view that as a win. Muhammad continuing to prove his value for this Nashville organization. Of course, right now against Muhammad's former organization, a 5-0 lead. No shortage of goals at that MLS level for B.J. Callahan and company. Here's Muhammad. Brunet directing traffic, now finding Shaq Muhammad again. Charles Brunet, he's a player that Chris O'Neill this week called a mini maestro out on the field. He's technically extremely good on the ball, in the words of Brunet's coach. They've challenged him to be more of a disruptor. Felt like he started to turn the corner in that regard against Atlanta United 2, despite the result. But you can see the way he drops in. They've got him in that pivot there in the midfield between he and Pariano. When they build, the way he drops in, his vision, how he can open things up for Huntsville as the season goes on, could create some really special opportunities. Huntsville back on it again now. Pariano. It is a bit of a busy stretch for Chattanooga FC, playing 2 matches in 1 week. Chattanooga FC, the boys in blue, a thrilling 2-1 comeback in the U.S. Open Cup over Kalanji Pro Profile after going down a goal in that first half. A spectacular goal that was scored, but they responded well. Free kick quickly taken by Huntsville City. Richard Dixon, he said cup competitions are never easy, but he was very proud of the way that his team, despite going down, despite being a massive rotation in the lineup, the way they responded. And they will take on the Tennessee Tempo in the second round of the U.S. Open Cup. Out that goes for a Huntsville City throw-in. Tennessee Tempo out of the UPSL, a spring UPSL national champion. They upset Chattanooga FC's crosstown rivals, Chattanooga Red Wolves, in the opening round. Not much in the way of possession so far for the boys in blue. One shot, just 24% share of the ball so far. It's been all Huntsville City in the opening 45 minutes. And now a heavy collision over on that far touchline. Valise will send a Chattanooga player spilling to the Bermuda grass. CFC taking that free kick a little too quickly for the liking of Braden Frey. Here is Barker John. He'll stand up across. Flashed inside. Falls back out to Yves Chayup, the former Crown Legacy and Charlotte FC defender. 20 appearances last year for Crown Legacy. Was acquired in December of this year, of 2025 rather. I want to wind the clock forward that quickly. Feels like 2026 just started. I couldn't imagine blinking and it being December. Nonetheless, Chattanooga will have the long throw in here. Tate Robertson backing everybody up. Robertson tossed into the near post. Headed high, now headed down toward goal. Here's Barker John. Muhammad able to knock that ball loose of Chattanooga FC. And then Jordan Knight going down. The counter canceled out quickly by Chattanooga. That is solid rest defense, and that will be crucial tonight. Huntsville City, they are a team that like to turn things into track meets. Barker John off the switching ball from Robertson, able to set Chattanooga up with a corner. Last season, Chattanooga FC, they were somewhat dangerous off set pieces, had 3 corner goals in 2025. Swung in, near stick, and headed away again. Good give up by Muhammad, able to find Pariano. And now Brunet, one wanting to roll it through to Veliz, just a step in front of Moises Veliz. Huntsville City, they will safely steer this back to Will Mackey. This is part of that idea of a Nashville 2.0 that Chris O'Neill has alluded to the last few seasons, the tactical similarity in philosophy between the first and the second teams. The wonderful folks over at 615 Soccer, a local publication that covers the Nashville organization, they broke it down a few weeks ago about the tactical transformation for Nashville under B.J. Callahan. They build from the back almost more than any team in MLS, save for the likes of Inter Miami. And that is a philosophy that bleeds down through into the Huntsville City side. It's a bit of a hybrid situation with the MLS Next Pro affiliate in Nashville, where they don't occupy the same city like most of the MLS Next Pro teams do. So it does create that added level of, I want to say, impediment to the fluidity. But it always is easier when the teams are able to share the same building, the same training ground, train together in some situations. But it also makes it all the more impressive of what they've been able to accomplish with this Huntsville City side. There's a whistle for a foul. Anthony Garcia giving Moises Veliz just a little bit of a push, and that will draw a whistle from Braden Frey. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? That's a bold question, but it's got that irresistible taste to back it up. You'll have to take a taste for yourself, because Coke Zero Sugar is really that amazing. Coke Zero Sugar may just be the best Coke ever. Well defended there from Anthony Sorensen, former Charlotte Independence defender out of USL League One. 44 career appearances for Independence. Spent time in the Philadelphia Union Academy. The Unions all around tonight. Barker John, Isaiah Jones making their return to Huntsville City. Pariano seeing his former Academy man. And here is Huntsville City again, and Malachi Molina. Molina dispossessed, just couldn't shake free. Empty move there from Alex Creel. Able to cut back to the inside, now turned upfield. Chattanooga on the move, rolled toward goal, that time by Garcia. And it'll go well wide. Back to Mackey now. Mackey having some issues with it, under duress, and that will concede a corner to Chattanooga FC. Chattanooga haven't had much in the way of going forward so far in this opening half. Just one shot, 26% possession, but we come up on the half-hour mark. And another corner here. In swinging ball, glancing header along, and it's stopped by Mackey. Chattanooga starting to shift more numbers up high. They're in that 3-2-3-2 pressing shape at the moment. And over these last 5 minutes since shifting into that shape, it has started to cause Huntsville a couple of issues when building out from the back. Those issues continuing here. Valise nearly coughing it up. Up the far touchline goes Huntsville City. Now Muhammad. Muhammad gets past one in Fareed Sarsar. One of the things that Chris O'Neill had identified as a game breaker for Huntsville. He knew that Chattanooga, having coached against them so much since taking over the helm of this Huntsville City side, how organized defensively Chattanooga is. And he says that sets them up for good moments to spring forward quickly. A transitional game for both teams, a big focus tonight. Mariano will swing this out wide right. Knight, who made his Nashville SC debut in 2024 during the Leagues Cup. He gave it up. Cristiano will cut it back over to Barrett. Huntsville, rather, doing an exceptional job of getting their fullbacks high so far in this first half. He's thumped in behind, looking for Pariano. Instead, Sorensen, a couple of ex-Philadelphia Union men there going at it. Sorensen, 13 in light blue tonight for Chattanooga FC. He didn't just star for the Union Academy. Significant minutes under his belt in MLS Next Pro with Philadelphia Union 2. 1,304 minutes back in 2023, 22 appearances. A big pickup in the offseason for this remade Chattanooga FC team. Up ahead, here's Maximus Eck now. Edge of the area. Van Deventer. Knight. Brunei will run this one down, straddling that stripe on the end line. The ball work's been crisp so far for Huntsville City. And they continue to move Chattanooga sideline to sideline. Cristiano now. Molina to Pariano. Cristiano. Here's Barrett on the switch. Jordan Knight marked very well that time by Sorensen, who will steer that out of play. And quickly thrown in by Huntsville. They are wasting no time tonight. Their pace of play has been breakneck to start 2026. Huntsville Hospital Health is proud to be the official medical provider for Huntsville City Football Club. The care teams at Huntsville Hospital Health have been making great saves in the Rocket City and around the Tennessee Valley since 18 95. Centrally, here's Muhammad. Good combination there from Eck over to Van de Winter, and now flanked by Knight with it. Knight cutting in, still Knight now wants the cross and fires that high and out. Those transitional moments, though, coming into play for Huntsville, and it's an area for Chattanooga FC that they themselves have keyed in on. Richard Dixon, he said this week that one of the keys to victory for Chattanooga tonight, how they keep their back four and their sixes on the same page because of the way Huntsville can get into the attacking half so quickly. And he said really that's a theme if you look at the deeper numbers around MLS Next Pro. A lot of teams in Next Pro have the ability to make 2-3 passes and be right in your 18-yard box. Dixon described Next Pro as a very transitional league. This hit on that pass from Matthias Hanchard, former Penn Quaker. It was a very busy opening 15 minutes. End-to-end action, chances all over the place. To calm down a bit, but Creel comes up with the interception. Now into Barker John! Stopped by Mackey at full stretch. That's incredible. A corner coming. This is what Alex Creel brings to Chattanooga FC. That vision on display. The late arriving run from Barker John. Just walking right into space. Would have been a great finish if not for a better stop by Will Mackey. And this will be corner number 3 of the night already for Chattanooga FC. Barker John plays it top of the area. Now stands up across. Deflected in front. Garcia's effort rifled off the back of Farid Sarsar. And Huntsville again, bend but don't break. Nashville getting the opening goal, rather Huntsville getting the opening goal in the 15th minute from Shaq Muhammad, as Pariano will just fling this one forward to take some pressure off. They're trying to avoid their first 3-match losing streak, going all the way back to May of 2024. Lost by a combined 9-2 scoreline across losses to Atlanta United 2, Orlando City, and Toronto FC. Pariano up ahead to Muhammad. It falls back to Nick Pariano. Strong distribution from Will Mackey. That's been something he's brought to this Huntsville team in 2026. You go back to the Orlando City match in the season opener. Mackey was able to use both the long boots forward, the throw outs to help jumpstart things. Now in behind is Molina. Molina headed in! Maximus Eck doubles it for Huntsville City, and they are flying it home 2-0. An excellent 1-2. Molina flashed across goal, and attacking the header down and in is Maximus Eck. A lights-out performance for Huntsville City through 37 minutes of play. It's 3 goal contributions now on the season for Maximus Eck. 2 goals of his own and an assist as well. Chris O'Neill had said at the start of 2026 that one of the goals was to push Eck to develop more of that on-field IQ. They feel like he has a great on-field IQ, but they want to see it taken to an even greater level this year. But they think his energy is very good. They love his first touch. That time didn't even need it. Here's Barker John now at the end line. He'll lift that one behind the net. Well, Barker John can't believe it. Thought that should be a Chattanooga FC corner, not to be had, according to Braden Frey. Richard Dixon and this Chattanooga FC side staring down a 2-0 deficit as we barrel in toward the halftime whistle here in Huntsville, Alabama. One of the things that Dixon said he feels like he's learned about this Chattanooga team through their opening handful of matches is that they are a dynamic team when they get their key players a significant amount of touches. They're able to get them on the ball. One of those significant players is this man right here, Damian Barker John. They're doubling up Barker John. Sorensen struggling to maintain possession there against the much larger Jordan Knight, and now commits the foul. And it will give Huntsville City a free kick. But going back to Chattanooga, he said it's really just about the frequency of touches for key players, those being Alex McGrath, number 7 there at the bottom of your screen, Anthony Garcia. We've talked about Damian Barker John, Alex Creel as well. It's hard to get a significant amount of touches, though, when you have just 22% possession in the opening half. Chattanooga, they're not historically, at least since joining MLS Next Pro, a team that's going to have 45, 55, 60% possession. Last year under then manager Chris Nugent, they were one of the bottom 10 teams in MLS Next Pro in terms of average possession at the season's end. But they do have to find ways to just stay on the ball, control the game just a little bit more. That's been one of their biggest undoing so far in 2026. It's been their undoing so far in this contest as well. They keep giving Huntsville City more bites of the apple. Knight on the turn, has it knocked out of play, and it will be a throw. After 2 straight to open Chattanooga's season at home, they did hit the road. The aforementioned Chicago Fire loss 2-1. Huntsville, rather Chattanooga, they have not dropped back-to-back road matches since July 6th through the 17th of 2024. Now hold everything There are some extracurriculars here after the whistle that Huntsville has taken some exception to. Frey will usher a player over, and a yellow card's going to come out of the pocket of our center referee for this right here, center of your screen. Sarsar had the tie up with Eck, then flying in with the shove was Chattanooga. And now Fareed Sarsar is going to go into the book. Sarsar, he has seen his fair share of Huntsville City in his career. This is his third year with Chattanooga FC, taking part in this Tennessee River Derby between these two clubs. Prior to that time with Inter Miami. Make no mistake, they say familiarity breeds contempt. These are two organizations that no love lost between Chattanooga and Huntsville City. May not be a derby in the traditional sense. It's play back underway where there's that existing history between the MLS sides like there would be with the Huntsville City and an Inter Miami 2. A natural rivalry there between Inter Miami and Nashville SC. Chattanooga, of course, one of the 3 independents in MLS Next Pro. And now Isaiah Jones. He'll get whistled for a foul, tripping up Javen Van Deventer. Brunet will put things back into play, and now here is Cristiano. Cristiano will stand up across. Better clearance falls to Garcia. Now Garcia muscled down. Charles Brunet getting up some size there. Not afraid though to put the work in. Here's Jones. Turned over, Eck runs right into Sarsar, and Maximus Eck is down. Jones tries to play it back to Sarsar, who steps up. Maximus Eck is incensed. A heavy collision sending Eck down to the playing surface. 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first 45. Eck is back to his feet, and play is back underway. Parker John now shifting around at that end line again and just run off the ball. And it will be a goal kick for Will Mackey and Huntsville City, who have pulled all the right strings so far in half number 1. Goals 22 minutes apart. Shaq Muhammad, Maximus Eck. The heavy hitters getting involved for Chris O'Neill and HCFC. There's a whistle for a foul against Maximus Eck. Chattanooga FC, they've gotten somewhat used to playing from behind here in 2026. This flashed across goal, it's headed in! A lifeline from Alex Creel, and the boys in blue peg one back, 2-1. It's a great service in from Yves Chai up here. flashed in front and just glanced into the back of the net by Alex Creel. He's a player that Richard Dixon feels like helps transform the profile of this Chattanooga attack. Called him a really good signing for CFC. They love the way he runs in behind. Dixon said it's one of his best attributes, and it's on display there. Suddenly the complexion of this contest has changed in favor of the visitors. Alex Creel has had such a hot start to 2026. That already his third goal of the season. Fourth goal contribution overall. This is a Chattanooga team that, in terms of attacking presence, you have players like a Milo Garvanian, a Callum Watson, a Peter Plowman, all gone in the offseason. Gavin Turner, a player who came over on the loan from DC United, also that loan expiring, so they need goals. They get one at the tail end of the first half, but still work to do for Chattanooga FC. It's Huntsville City, 2 goals, 22 minutes apart, and they lead it at the half, 2-1. Coming up in this halftime, a Ted Lasso star visits Chicago Fire 2, and we check in with former Tacoma Defiant star Georgie Manungu. Halftime starts after this timeout.
Boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still sticking ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just know what's next. Man, I say it so loud, don't worry about what next. Just know we got now, oh yes. Man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Back in Huntsville, it's 2-1 at the half in favor of Huntsville City. As halftime continues, let's get to know the continuing journey of former Tacoma Defiant star Georgie Manungu in this incredible story.
Manungu, numbers for Seattle, looking to put this one to bed. Manungu! This one's in bed, and Georgie Manungu puts it there.
Manungu again running at Yaboa, again stepping over, byline, Manungu!
Georgie Manungu is as unpredictable as any player I've seen play for Seattle in MLS history.
Come from a Christian family, you know. My mom raised me with love and a lot of smile, and like she gave me like all like good education, like always happy, whatever is coming, you know. So like I feel like I can play without joy, you know. As soon as I play like with no joy, I'm not happy. And I'm trying to, you know, to enjoy what I'm doing and like always be like normal, natural, you know. So that's me, you know, smile, you know, that's the thing.
For a long time, nobody in Seattle knew the name Georgie Manungu. But in a small village near the western edge of Ivory Coast, the game was already shaping him.
There was no rule, there was no restriction. We play like 9v1, you know, you have the ball and you have to, like 9 defenders against you, and then you have to dribble all of them to go score, you know. That's how I grew up.
He played in the street, sometimes with a ball made of plastic bags. There were no coaches, no tactics, just a game, and a joy that never left him.
It was fun. We played like on the street, you know, the ball wasn't like a real ball. It was a very good time, you know. I enjoyed those times, and every time I go back home, I have to play against my friend, yeah.
When he came to the US, he still had a lot to learn. He studied tape, asked questions, learned where to be and why.
Before training, I went in their office because I didn't really know like about the positioning, the tactical stuff, you know, but they helped me every time. They helped me grow. Like I saw like how I improve a lot, you know, and my level like goes to the next level, you know, because they've been there since the first that they saw the potential in me, and they decided to help me. They really did the job, you know. So I really appreciate that, and like that's why I'm in the MLS level now, yeah.
Early in 2023, he was close to signing with the Sounders' first team. Then, without warning, his life changed drastically.
Like I did a great preseason, even score. Like I was so good in preseason, and we came back, you know, training, and then stuff like that happened. You know, it was like all my world like goes down. Like I didn't really know, like, was like, bro, what's really going on? I'm about to live my dream, and then like this stuff happened, you know. But like, you know, I'm a son of God. Whatever happened, you know, is God will decide, you know. And I decided to fight and not let this thing affect me, you know. The doctor was saying like, no, maybe it's not possible that you might play one day, but I was like, no, I'm gonna fight through. I'm gonna play even if I have one eye. I'm gonna be the best. Everybody's gonna say, oh, this kid has one eye, but he's even better than those who has 2 eyes. And that's my mindset now, you know. No matter where I go, no matter how defender is good, or like I'm gonna go through and then I'm gonna play. I'm gonna be the best winger in this league, and that's my mindset. That's how I get to the first team.
Then, another blow. His father passed away.
My family didn't want me like to be, they know that this thing affects me, you know, and they didn't want me to go back to my country, and then like I'll be so much affected that when I came back, you know, my game will not be the same, you know. And that moment I just signed with the first team, so that was the moment to help the team. So I talked to my mom. She was like, Georgie, I know you want to come, but for me, I think like the good thing for you to do is to stay and help your team, you know. And I know your dad will tell me, if he was there, he would say the same thing, you know, because my dad like will never want me to leave training or something like that to just go do other thing, you know, because he's been helping me a lot since I used to be a kid to just keep training and stuff like that, you know. So like I listened to my family, and then I decided to stay and then play for my dad. And then after, at the end of the year, I went back to see everything, and yeah, that wasn't easy, you know, playing with knowing that your dad passed away and you can't even go over there, like just seeing for last one time, you know, it's very tough. But I decided to play for the team because I love the team, and yeah, that's the more important thing. I have a lot of people here supporting me, so that was huge.
Right towards the spot. That one's side goal, and touched in by Manungu.
Ball come on me, I just put it in, you know. And in that moment, I was thinking about my dad, you know, because my dad passed away the day before. So the coach even asked me, Georgie, are you sure like you can play? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play. scoring that goal, and then like I was crying even at the end, or everybody come to support me, but that was a good moment for me, and I even, put my hand on sky, to say, yeah, Dad, I know you over there, but, like I'm playing for you now, and that was a good moment, and thanks God for everything, and that was one of the best moments of my life, yeah.
He's proven he belongs. Now, he wants more.
I'm always fighting, but my goal is like, to be the best in my position, try to score goal, assist, and try to help the team win trophy, We never know like how it's gonna end, but everybody's dream is to play like, maybe one day in Europe, Champions League, something like that, Never know, that's my dream too, but now I want to help the team, the same way the team helped me too.
He's not just here for himself. His journey is a message.
Whatever you want in your life, go find it, go get it. Because if you don't do it, maybe in the future, one day you're gonna regret it, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, maybe I could, maybe no. In my mind, there is no maybe. Either I find a way to do that, or either like I create myself a way to do that. So that's my mindset.
Welcome back. It's 2-1 in favor of Huntsville City. Well, it's not an act. One of your favorite Ted Lasso actors did make an appearance in a camp and can play. So we tracked him down to talk about the experience with Chicago Fire.
Hola, hola, this is Cristo Fernandez, and we're here at the new facilities in Chicago Fire. Very happy and grateful to be here. I know I've been doing more acting and filmmaking these last couple of years. I would have never imagined how life was gonna turn for me. Never imagined that with my new dreams of film and acting, football, soccer was gonna be the thing that was gonna open them for me. I say this because I've always missed football, soccer. That's my first love. The level is very intense, young upcoming players, so lots of potential in this club. I can say that this is world-class level. I played professionally back home in Guadalajara. We didn't have this level of world-class facilities. I think the club is doing something great for both the city, the team, the players. It's a dream come true for anyone to be here, so for me it's also a dream come true to be here now, and I am grateful for the opportunity. What has surprised me is the level of the team. I've seen both the first team, the second team, the players, they're doing something great. And what surprised me as well is the quality of the people, very nice people. And that also says a lot about the club, and I think that's very important. It's been really nice getting back to the field, training, and really giving my best and believing I still can play this professionally, and we'll see where the dream takes us. But it's been really nice.
Halftime continues on between Chattanooga FC and Huntsville City. It's the home side from the Rocket City on top, 2-1 over Chattanooga FC, who grabbed a late goal at the end of that first half. Let's catch you up, though, on how we got to this point with our halftime highlights. Chattanooga FC and Huntsville City. It was Huntsville early on, utilizing a little bit of verticality. As we switch gears real quick over to last week's scores. Things got kicked off on Thursday. A 5-0 win for Toronto FC. 3 goals in an 8-minute span in that second half to really break things open for Toronto FC. Last Sunday, Crown Legacy picked up another win against Inter Miami 2, and both of these teams share a little bit of commonality in opponent there, having seen Crown Legacy, and Crown Legacy getting the better of both of these teams when they met. Right now, Crown Legacy pacing the Eastern Conference with 9 points. Those were last week's scores. Let's check out the upcoming schedule around MLS Next Pro. It all kicks back off tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. In the Eastern Conference, Connecticut United, who Chattanooga FC, it's their only win of the season, a resounding victory over the league's newest team and a fellow independent in CT United. They'll take on New England Revolution. Chicago Fire 2, they get the Foxes of Carolina Core, who just suffered a cup set at the hands of amateur competition in U.S. Open Cup play this week. Those are the upcoming matches. And as promised, a catch-up on how we got to this point with our first half highlights. Verticality was a big theme in that first half for Huntsville City. The way they were able to just find space in behind that line of Chattanooga caused the boys in blue some problems. They'd come back down the other direction, and that's in the 15th minute when Shaq Muhammad broke the ice. Chattanooga FC, though, despite trailing, they had their opportunities, including this one off the feet of Damian Barker-John. That parried aside by Will Mackey. Mackey, a couple of saves in that first half, 4 to be exact. Then, in the 37th minute, diving and attacking the header is Maximus Eck. That doubled the advantage. Chattanooga FC, they'd come down late, 45+2 in first half stoppage time, and they'd get a late lifeline there from Alex Creel. We'll head back to break. 2-1 lead for Huntsville. Second half kick when we return.
Boys head sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still sticking ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next. Just know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Both teams out of the halftime dressing room, and we are set to go for what is sure to be a momentous 45 minutes of action upcoming from Joe Davis Stadium here in Huntsville, Alabama. Chattanooga in the light blue, they grabbed a late goal at the end of the first half. Huntsville, though, they lead at 2-1. As Braden Frey, our center referee, sounds the whistle, and we are off and running for the second half in this Tennessee River Derby between Chattanooga FC and Huntsville City. I have to know the Chattahooligans watching back in Tennessee were very excited about that late goal in the first half, and what was such a tough first half for Chattanooga. That really put a positive spin on things heading into the halftime break. Some momentum now for the boys in blue. Just one change at the half, and it rests with Huntsville City. Nigel Prince will come on, 4th appearance of the year. No changes for Chattanooga FC. Zach Barrett, his evening is done after 45 minutes. It's worked up ahead to Shaq Muhammad now. Brunet will move it over to Belize. It was Huntsville City from really about the opening kick of that first half to about the 38th minute that they controlled things. Chattanooga, though, did a good job in their own right of growing into the game. In the tail end of that first half, started to stack up some set-piece opportunities, ended up finishing with 4 shots on target. All 4 saved by this man, Will Mackey, who will distribute it away. The message, though, for Richard Dixon and Chattanooga FC undoubtedly has to be more of the same to start this second half out. They do have a throw in here. Sarsar ahead. It's volleyed out wide to the left by Creel, but intercepted by Valise. Back along, it falls to the feet of Pariano now. Huntsville City, they were such a progressive team in that first half. Now here they go through the midfield. Wide to the right, it's Jordan Knight. Cut back over to Pariano, now Molina. Malachi Molina had an assist in the opening frame. He will earn a throw in this time for Huntsville City. Mackey now. One thing that Huntsville did a solid job of in the opening half was they made Chattanooga cover a lot of ground, moved the ball side to side, had them running all around. Now on the move again is Huntsville. Knight. Combination here. Van de Winter back forward to Knight. Cross blocked out though. It's Anthony Sorensen able to clear that one out of play. Sorensen's done well for himself against the bigger body of Jordan Knight over at that left back spot for Chattanooga FC. Over the top, the offside flag will come up. The areas, though, defensively for Chattanooga with the boys in blue hoping to clean up. They did concede a little bit too much in terms of box entries in that opening half. All 4 of Huntsville's shots were taken in the penalty area. 12 touches in Chattanooga's 18-yard box. That does bring to mind something that Richard Dixon had talked about with this Chattanooga team, reflecting on the loss against Chicago Fire 2. Felt like they needed to shore up their box defending just a little bit more. Didn't like how many opportunities they gave Chicago, both inside the 18 and their ability to flash crosses back across the face of goal. Here's Parker John wheeling around. He'll roll this one forward to the feet of Garcia now. Late arriving run from Sorensen on the left, but Garcia dispossessed. And it will be another corner here. Chattanooga, they've had plenty of opportunities rather on set pieces. This will be their 4th corner of the night. swung in near post. First contact made by Huntsville. Falls back to Garcia, who goes through the back of Veliz, and that will draw a whistle. Back down by Farid Sarsar. 28 appearances, all starts. Over 2,500 minutes played on that back line for Chattanooga FC. He's been such a solid addition since coming over from Inter Miami following the 2023 season. And now a man goes down in Moises Veliz, and Alex McGrath will be whistled for a foul. Molina will give it up. Here's Shaq Muhammad. Already one goal tonight. Molina, an assist. Malachi Molina coming over, acquired in the offseason from the FC Dallas organization, a former Dallas homegrown. Immediately loaned for the duration of this 2026 season down by Nashville to this Huntsville City side. They'll play it through to Malachi Molina now. Options here for Molina. Van de Winter. Muhammad has a go, and it's blocked away by Sarsar. Back to Van de Winter on the half turn. Jordan Knight is down now, top of the 18. Slow to peel himself up. Finally does. And Huntsville City will reset. Lobbed over the top, nodded back toward Jakupovic. And will make the grab. He's trending in that direction like what we saw in the opening 20-plus minutes of the first half, where Huntsville just sat in on possession and dictated the tempo of this contest to Chattanooga. Muhammad now finds an open man in Molina. Pariano rolls it back through. Here's Malachi Molina on the left now. They're doubling up Molina. Still, though, initially able to come out of a crowd with it, and now knocked free here by Chattanooga FC. Cleared out. Alex Creel pleading for a whistle. He's the lone goal scorer so far for CFC. Another whistle from Braden Frey. This has been a physical game, but those final 5 minutes of the first half, and now these opening few minutes, 10 or so of this second half, it's been a bit more contentious. These teams starting to play a little bit tighter. Chattanooga pushing for that would-be equalizer to give them new life in this contest. Robertson will boot this into the penalty area, ricocheting around, and ultimately the offside flag will come up from the assistant referee. Chattanooga and manager Richard Dixon, they'll mix things up. Daniel Mangarov will come on. 4th appearance of the season. First time Mangarov not in the starting 11 this year for Dixon and company, but he is a player that can transform a match in a hurry. 8 goals, 5 assists a season ago. He'll spell Anthony Garcia. Cut inside now. Here's Alex McGrath, the Englishman. The aforementioned Daniel Mangarov scored a goal last year against Chattanooga, or rather against Huntsville City for Chattanooga. And that 1-0 win against Huntsville City. Finished with the 2nd most points on the team in 2025. En route to playing over 2,000 minutes in his first professional season out of the University of Virginia, where he could light up the scoreboard as well. Forward Chattanooga FC goes. Alex Creel back to goal. This portion of the match is brought to you by Renaissance, Understanding You, member FDIC. They'll switch it. Left off for Jones. Now Robertson lumps this ahead. Sorensen is there on the left. Sorensen wants to step inside on Van de Winter. Canceled out by Moises Feliz. Some real work beginning here for Huntsville City, though. Feliz trying to back Alex Creel down, and instead it's knocked across the end line by Huntsville. It'll stay here for another corner, 2nd of the half for Chattanooga. This has been a much better start to the 2nd half for CFC than what we saw out of the boys in blue in the opening 45 minutes. A lot of positive momentum under the wings of Chattanooga at the moment. Swung in on the cross near post. Flicked back on by Jones. Takes a hop over everyone's head. And now Will Mackey will try to tilt the field in Huntsville's favor. Chiat finds Robertson. The inside channel to Jones. Touched forward from Sorensen over to Mangarov. 22 career goal contributions during 3 seasons at University of Virginia for Daniel Mangarov. Jumping that pass, though, is Malachi Molina, and off to the races is Huntsville City. Solid defensive recovery for Chattanooga FC. Rest defense is something for CFC that they knew going into this contest was going to be tested. The way that Chattanooga would be able to get numbers back on that ball when turning it over would be a real key to victory. So we have crossed over the hour mark played. Mangarov will come up with it. And now looking for options ahead. Jones ridden down by Maximus Eck. 2 former teammates. Chattanooga FC, they have tried to work this right-hand side of the attack all evening long. It's something that you go back to that Chicago Fire 2-1 loss and you look at their pass map. The majority of their ball work came from building from the back, then funneling things ahead on that right-hand side, trying to create numerical advantages and overloads on the right against Chicago Fire. play wide, didn't utilize those central channels all that often. Had some success doing it against Chicago Fire too, despite the result. A 1.5 XG advantage played here as Cristiano will take it on himself. Brunei on the switch over. Shaq Muhammad now. To the inside, Pariano, Belize. Chattanooga have been much more organized defensively in this second half. As Huntsville starts to move in and encroach upon that final third, as that pass forward cut out, does take a deflection. Falls to Shaq Muhammad. Muhammad going down, and he won't get the whistle he was searching for. Inside, McGrath. McGrath tripped up, and now Alex McGrath will earn a free kick here for Chattanooga FC. Meanwhile, Nick Pariano is down. Alex McGrath taking the feed here from Tate Robertson. And Javen Vandeventer just getting the feet tangled up, setting Chattanooga FC up with a prime opportunity to pull the equalizer. Meanwhile, Pariano still not back to his feet for Huntsville City. That is not a welcome sign if you're Chris O'Neill. As Pariano is tended to by the Huntsville training staff. Richard Dixon will bring fresh legs on the pitch. Keegan Anselin, 4th appearance of the year for the former two-time All-Conference selection at West Florida. He'll be flanked by the lone acquisition out of Atlanta United 2, Ashton Gordon. Damian Barker-John's evening is done. Meanwhile, Huntsville will counter with a change of their own. Angel Iniguez, the former San Jose State winger, will come on. Ashton Gordon, 4th appearance of the year, the 18-year-old from Atlanta for Huntsville City, as Nick Pariano unable to continue on, and you see Pariano there on the right side of the frame, hasn't even gotten back to his feet yet. Pariano hobbling off. The lone acquisition of Ashton Gordon in the offseason for Chattanooga, it's such an interesting wrinkle that the independent clubs have added to this MLS ecosystem. Last year we saw it with DC United loaning Gavin Turner over to this Chattanooga team. Turner coming over in the midseason, playing 12 matches, starting 9 of them, 3 goal contributions, a little less than 1,000 minutes played. A real successful loan stint for the DC United homegrown. Got some good professional minutes under his belt. It gives MLS teams, these independent clubs, another option to loan their players to get valuable professional minutes. Traditionally, prior to the existence of MLS Next Pro, and still even through the existence of MLS Next Pro, teams will loan players to the USL Championship, USL League One. We've seen with a team like Minnesota United too, who's loaned about 6 or 7 of their top players from a season ago into the championship. But it just shows that the independent clubs like a Chattanooga FC, they can do player development just as well. Meanwhile, Chattanooga FC, they have a free kick here. As Tate Robertson shadows over top of it. Robertson off the post and out. A good-looking take from Tate Robertson. Didn't break back to the inside the way he was hoping. One of the best opportunities that Chattanooga have had to pull level in this second half. Molina on the turn, dispossessed along that touchline. It will be a throw for Huntsville City. With 38 physicians offering a full spectrum of care, the Orthopedic Center provides the most comprehensive orthopedic care unmatched in North Alabama. Trust the team Huntsville City Football Club counts on to keep them in the match. Log on to visit TOC.com for more information. Thumped back ahead, a foot race there on that outside. Ashton Gordon trying to catch up to it and unable to do so. The possession has been a bit more for Chattanooga in this second half, as there's a whistle in from behind the play from Braden Frey. The boys in blue of Chattanooga FC hovering right around 37% at the moment. Still, though, looking for their first shot on target of this second half. They have, though, in terms of who's dictated the tone of the second half, it's been a bit more in Chattanooga FC's favor than what we saw for long stretches of that opening 45 minutes. First touch from Shaq Muhammad, and now Maximus Eck clattered into there by Matthias Hanchard. The native of Baltimore, signed after spending a college career at Penn, but prior to joining Chattanooga FC, spent time in the Oberliga over in Germany with Rot-West Alhem. 6 career appearances over in that professional tier of German soccer. As Huntsville City will have a throw in here. Moises Feliz tosses it ahead. One of the reasons, going back to Chattanooga FC, that the tone has been a bit more in favor of what they're looking for. Defensively, they've been a bit more compact, they've been a bit more organized, and it's taken that progressive passing ability away from Huntsville City, at least on a consistent basis, compared to what we saw in the opening half. Right now, the vertical game just not there for Huntsville. Only 5 long passes completed. You juxtapose that with the first half, 17. Takes a deflection off the would-be clearance. It falls to Maximus Eck. Eck waiting for support now. And Sarsar no choice but to tap it out. A corner conceded, first of the half to Huntsville. That is why that progressive ability is so important for Huntsville City. How quickly they can turn the field on its head. HCFC do have the short option in. It's Shaq Muhammad hovering there to the left of Iniguez. Iniguez rolls it to Brunet, top of the area. Brunet's shot deflected. It falls back to Muhammad, whose cross cut out. Another corner coming for Huntsville City. Some danger territory here for Chattanooga FC. A good effort here from Brunet, deflected out, and Muhammad able to win another corner. Second of the half now. This fantastic crowd at Joe Davis Stadium looks on. They've been active and involved all night long. Iniguez whips this, back stick, punched away. Hit back in by Brunet, ricocheting around. And it will be a goal kick to Eldin Jakupovic. The first extended spell in the attacking half we've seen from Huntsville for about 12 minutes of this second half. Takes a deflection off the feet of Molina, kept alive initially there by Ashton Gordon. But Chattanooga FC can't hang on to it. A whistle. Brunet goes down, and Keegan Anselin whistled for the infraction. Coming up on the final 15 plus stoppage time between Huntsville City and Chattanooga FC. This portion of the match is brought to you by Keel Point. Keel Point, helping you harness wealth to live with peace and purpose. Jones now. They'll work this one to the outside. Pushing ahead, Chaya flanked by Gordon. Gordon lifts it in, headed away by Veliz. That's more in line of what Chattanooga has been looking for consistently out of this attack. Work those wide areas and whip across back in, just like this. A dangerous ball put in by the young Ashton Gordon. Third corner of the half now. Played into Mangarov short. Now Mangarov lifts it, back post. First contact by Huntsville. Second ball struck in. Fell to Anselin. Now whipped in toward that penalty spot. Anselin going down, and official pointing to the spot. It's a penalty awarded. Chattanooga were hard done, they felt like, in the opening 45. Wanted a penalty and didn't get it. The ball put back in, and keep an eye on 26 right there on the left side of your screen. Anselin shuffling around, tripped up by Charles Brunet, and you see the emotion on the face of Matthias Hanchard. A chance for Chattanooga to level from the spot. And they hand the ball to Mr. Chattanooga himself, Tate Robertson. Chattanooga FC, they've missed their only penalty of 2026. 0 for 1 from the spot. Robertson's already scored once this season. 9 goals last year in his return campaign to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Robertson to equalize, and does. Cool as you like from the veteran, Tate Robertson. And we are all square in Huntsville, 2-2. Just a no-nonsense penalty here from Robertson, right down the middle. His 10th, make it 11th goal in MLS Next Pro. 15th career goal in a Chattanooga FC shirt, dating back to the club's days in Nisa. And new life for CFC here in this second half, who have been the better team through long stretches of the second 45 minutes, and their efforts are rewarded. Two unanswered for the visitors from Tennessee after conceding 2 unanswered to open this contest. The 3rd straight game that Chattanooga FC have gone down a goal. Scored in the 1st minute in that season opener against Crown Legacy before allowing 4 unanswered. As McGrath will play this into space. Here's Chiap toward goal and stopped by Will Mackey. Chattanooga FC, they got real comfortable down the stretch of last season playing from down a goal. Went down a goal in 10 of their final 17 games, including thrice in the final 7 of 2025. Despite that though, Chattanooga, they had such a knack for overcoming deficits last year, finding a way to pluck a point or 2 points or 3 points. Here is Anselin now on the win back. Advantage played for Chattanooga FC. Over to Mangarov now on the end line, rifled toward goal. And it's stopped by Mackey again. It's been a real workman-like, gritty, and no pun intended, blue-collar performance for the boys in blue here in this second half. Could have easily folded up shop. The biggest theme of chatting with Richard Dixon in the week is he just wanted Chattanooga to get back to playing Chattanooga FC football. Called the goals they gave up against Chicago Fire and some of the goals they've given up this season non-Chattanooga-like. After a shaky start to the opening 45 minutes, it's 2 straight. Here's Sarsar now to Mangarov. Jakupovic, who's yet to face a shot in this second 45 minutes. A testament to how well Chattanooga has defended in this final 45. 9+ stoppage to go to find a winner in this one. Headed along, looking for Mangarov. Brunet goes to ground. Mangarov will pick it up, now rolled ahead. Here's Anselin, cut across goal, and headed back Over to Iniguez. Brunet muscled down by Anselin. Now Charles Brunet will quickly roll it ahead. Iniguez trying to tuck it back inside to Eck. In that first half, Huntsville, they really loved to utilize those central channels. Chattanooga's tried to take that away from them more in this second half. So that compactness defensively, forcing Huntsville into the wide space. Belize dispossessed as Iniguez by Isaiah Jones. Here's Yves Chiap. Sorensen, the layoff inside, wanting Mangarov jockeying for positioning, and it's a goal clearance awarded. Huntsville City will make another change, their third of the night, and it's Nicholas Sullivan. A real game breaker. The former Ventura County FC man is. One of the team's leaders in chances created will trot on for his fourth appearance of the year. Maximus Eck will come off. Nicholas Sullivan, 8 goals, 9 assists in his MLS Next Pro career. One whipped to the outside over the head of Ashton Gordon, and out it goes. What a treat this contest has been. Every time Chattanooga FC and Huntsville City meet up, it is always a fantastic match. All 3 contests last year were 1-goal affairs. The first one of 2025 comes to mind, a 1-0 win for Chattanooga FC. They score less than 5 minutes into the contest via Daniel Mangarov. They hang on. 26 shots in that contest for Huntsville City. I remember talking to Chris O'Neill after, and he was just gobsmacked that they couldn't finish one. Here is Knight now. The hit wide into the stands, and he'll want that one back. Tried to take this one on the move. That's such a tough effort. Ends up steering that one out of play. And now Chattanooga FC and Eldin Jakupovic will wave numbers forward. The offense has gone quiet for Huntsville City in this second half. Chattanooga trying to take advantage. Here's Sorensen, green space in front. Sorensen stops. Now Sorensen inside. Anselin pulls it back out. Gordon via Chiap. Now ahead to Robertson. He's the hero right now. Converted the penalty in the 77th. Anselin. A little rainbow flick on. Unsuccessful there. Fell to Mangarov, and now Veliz will pick things up. We've seen rather in this second half some of those issues that Chris O'Neill has identified with Huntsville plaguing them. He said one of the things that has caused them so many issues these last two matches is that they're struggling to hold on to the ball in the attack. They're turning it over in the midfield, one or two passes as that cross cut out, but Mangarov will track it down and let it roll on out. Mangarov taking a tumble out of play, courtesy of Moises Veliz. Chattanooga pleading their case, and they won't get a whistle. They will get a corner, though, out of it. Going back to Huntsville, though, they have been a bit less precise on the ball in half number two. Late opportunity off the set piece here. Peyton Robertson standing over it. Meanwhile, he has Mangarov as the short option. They'll play it to Mangarov. Mangarov's cross, back post, headed away. Chattanooga keeps possession. Second ball in. Brunet will thump it clear. Glancing header along from Anselin. Will instead find Moises Veliz. Slip through. Here's Jordan Knight. Got past Sorensen, and now Knight will switch it. Sullivan, who just checked on, gave it up to Molina. Brunet. Final 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go of regulation. As a reminder, in MLS Next Pro, should this match finish level at the end of regulation, we head straight to a penalty shootout. Molina. Molina gets past one defender. Now Molina's cross in. Bit of an early ball out of the reach of Sullivan, and out it goes for the throw. Back ahead, trying to combine on the outside and find Nicholas Sullivan. That combination just not there. Headed back down, though, by the home team. Here's Molina. He's been so shifty on that outside channel. Strongly defended, though, by Jones to win it back. Some issues here for Chattanooga FC. There's a whistle as Daniel Mangarov down. Chattanooga had tried to find the switch, nearly turned over. Mangarov went to ground to work it ahead, and Veliz there at the bottom of the screen, connecting with the ankle of Daniel Mangarov. It draws a whistle. We have reached the 90th minute, 5 minutes of stoppage time. Robertson ahead. But too far ahead, out of the reach of Chayam. Chattanooga will work it back to Eldin Jakupovic. Jakupovic, long pass ahead, glanced forward by Anselin. And Veliz keep that ball in and win it back for Huntsville City. Feliz impeded by Anselin. That will be a whistle from Braden Frey. Huntsville City still in search of their first shot on target of this final 45 minutes. Knight trying to split two defenders, and there's a late whistle in. And now a yellow will come out of the pocket of Braden Frey as well. Fareed Sarsar, not a happy man for Chattanooga FC. This is what led up to the whistle. Knight goes past Jones. Knight goes down. Isaiah Jones going into the book of Braden Frey. A free kick awarded to Huntsville City as a result of all of that, albeit from a sharp angle. An opportunity here for HCFC to pull a rabbit out of a hat. Iniguez off the touch-up. Iniguez, it's blocked, deflected toward Jakupovic, and he makes the grab. A frantic hold-your-breath moment for Chattanooga FC, and they come away unscathed. Took a ricochet off the defender. Some life here late for Huntsville City. Gaining momentum. Iniguez now going for it, parried away! A match-saving stop from Eldin Jakupovic. And this is just brilliant individual quality from Angel Iniguez. Had that marked for the back of goal. Suddenly, it's Huntsville asking all the questions right now. Sullivan in swinger, punched away by Jakupovic, but not clear. Helped back along, Molina into the thick of it. And there is Jakupovic. One more change for Huntsville City. Kessie Koulibaly will come on. Moises Feliz, his night is done. Huntsville City likely with one more push in them. Brunet overhits that one. Jakupovic will pluck that one up. And Braden Frey seems content to let Chattanooga play this one out. We have gone over the 5 elapsed. Glancing header along from Anselin. No one there for Chattanooga FC. Now here comes Huntsville, and there's a whistle. Cristiano run through. He will have a free kick. The Huntsville faithful showering the pitch in boos. They wanted a card for that. As does Chris O'Neill in gray there on that far touchline. Mackey drills this ahead, and there is the full-time whistle. 96 minutes. not enough to determine a winner in the Rocket City. We head to a penalty shootout. At the end of regulation, Huntsville City 2, Chattanooga FC 2. Shootout on the other side of this break.
Boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still sticking ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I sing it so loud, don't worry about what next. Just know we got now, oh yes. Man, I sing it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
It's time for a shootout in Huntsville, Alabama. 2-2 at the end of regulation between Chattanooga FC and Huntsville City. And this is how we got here. It was Huntsville City, 2 goals in the opening half, 22 minutes apart. Shaq Muhammad opening things up in the 15th minute. And then in the 37th, Malachi Molino off the ball through, Maximus Eck heading it in. It was all Huntsville City. It looked like they might run away with it. A real testament to the workmanship of Chattanooga FC, who get a late goal in first half stoppage time, 45+2. Then Tate Robertson off the penalty in the 77th minute, leveled things up. No one could find the back of the net again after that. And that is where we stand as we enter this penalty shootout. First draw of 2026 for both Chattanooga FC and Huntsville City. This will halt a 2-match losing skid and prevent a 3rd consecutive loss for Huntsville's boys in blue. For Chattanooga FC, earns them their 4th point of the season, and both these teams an opportunity to take that oh-so-coveted 2nd point home with them. You look back to last year, and Chattanooga, they were so good in penalty shootouts. 5 shootout wins of the 9 draws. Huntsville City, meanwhile, who will shoot first in this penalty shootout, they won 4 of their 6 shootouts. Just the 2nd time in series history that Chattanooga FC and Huntsville City have not been able to find a winner in the 90 minutes allotted during regulation. It'll be Charles Brunet who will start things off in this penalty shootout. Huntsville, as a club this year, during regulation, they're 1 for 2 from the penalty spot. Brunet against Jakupovic, and Brunet scores. Chris O'Neill caught him a maestro. And that time, delivering from the penalty spot. Now Tate Robertson, who converted the match-tying penalty during regulation. He will step up for Chattanooga's first take of this penalty shootout. You have to go all the way back to the first ever meeting between these clubs. March 2024 to open the season. Last time they went to a penalty shootout, and funny enough, it was a 2-2 draw at the end of regulation. Robertson stopped by Will Mackey. Will Mackey fired up. He's letting Robertson hear it. Guessed right. The double ricochet off the left hand, then back into the right. And now Mackey and Jakupovic having words. Tensions have been high all night. And they are starting to spill over here in this penalty shootout. It's all about the mental game. Jakupovic standing there in net, trying to get into the head of Kessie Koulibaly, who came on just before the whistle. Koulibaly, he scores. Well taken, rolling it in to that near corner. Chattanooga FC looking to Daniel Mangarov now to try to rescue something as they stare down a 2-0 deficit in this shootout. The last time these teams went to a penalty shootout, Chattanooga missed their first before making 3 consecutive to win it. Now it's Mangarov, fires that one in. Strong off the left boot from Daniel Mangarov, a surefire goal scorer for the boys in blue. This is Nicholas Sullivan. Look at that fan support there behind Eldin Jakupovic. These are two clubs with immense fan bases. Chattanooga themselves, a community-owned team. It means so much for Huntsville and Chattanooga. And now Sullivan a chance to make it 3-1. Sullivan stutters and he scores. Nicholas Sullivan, that little hesitation, just freezing Jakupovic. Isaiah Jones now in his homecoming to Huntsville, Alabama. He went the distance, played every second of this match. Jones hesitates and scores. Just the casual walk-up. Will Mackey didn't know about it. Shaq Muhammad going all the way back to the 15th minute. He was the one who got this party going. Chris O'Neill, his new manager, after coming over from Orlando City, he says he's got such a nose for goal. He will step up to the penalty spot and try to make it 4 for 4 for Huntsville in the first 4 rounds. Muhammad, the run-up, Muhammad fires it in. Not wasting any time is Shaq Muhammad. Charging right on and beating Eldin Jakupovic. Alex McGrath now, he has to score to keep the shootout going. McGrath stopped by Will Mackey, and it's all over in the Rocket City. Absolute scenes in Huntsville. The boys in blue of Huntsville City, a 2-0 lead, initially looked to be squandered, and they rescue a second point in the penalty shootout in front of a raucous home crowd. Will Mackey, 2 massive saves in the shootout for Huntsville City. Mackey with 2 stops and now extracurriculars here after the final whistle. But Mackey's heroics not enough to eclipse those of tonight's man of the match, presented by Adidas. It's Shaq Muhammad for Huntsville City. He got the opening goal of this contest in the 15th minute. A real beauty of a goal as well. A seeing eye ball slotted past Eldin Jakupovic. And then Muhammad would score one of the decisive penalties in the penalty shootout for Huntsville City, who hold off a furious second half rally from Chattanooga FC. Shaq Muhammad, your man of the match in a penalty shootout winning effort. And now, frustrations bubbling over after the whistle. A contentious Tennessee River Derby has gone into the books. Huntsville City getting the extra point in the penalty shootout and taking 2 points on the night. Our final 2-2 after regulation. HCFC wins 4-2 in penalties. For our entire broadcast crew, I'm Jake Griffith. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Good night from Alabama.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.